Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live for the Straightjacket podcast 308. We are flying, people. Big up to everyone who's locked in right now. Big up to everyone who's enjoying themselves on this Monday evening. You know what I'm saying? Not too cold outside today. It's only 7 degrees, so it's not too bad. You know what I mean? Could be worse, but it is what it is. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Nuruddin, you having your mint tea, is it? Or what tea is it? What tea is that?
Bengal spice, this one. Bengal spice. It's like cha. It's like cha without the caffeine, man.
That's it. That's it, man.
East African
You don't need caffeine anyway. You know what I mean? You're just caffeine anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm caffeinated from when I was born, mate.
Yeah.
They gave me an injection, mate.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Big up to you, Nuruddin. And we got Minna in the building. Minna with the old school Brazil top 2002.
Come on, man. It's good to be back. I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, you know. I think I've been missing.
Yeah. You know, nothing's not really much happened, but, you know, in terms of, you know, like actual football, first game, Amorim, you know what I'm saying to you, so we'll discuss it. But big up to Minna. Make sure you're following her on her channels and whatnot on socials. And yeah, we go and talk, man. I got a lot to talk about, you know. I feel like
the title is killing me of the video.
Yeah, no, I'll be real with you. I feel like for me it needs to be said, you know, because this Zirkzee slander is getting a bit out of hand, you know, because listen, if we want to talk about football, cool. But today I'm seeing he's liking posts from Amari Hutchinson, sell him, you know, he's doing
Wait, what? He liked a post?
He liked a post of Amari Hutchinson yesterday, even though Garnacho and I think another United player liked it as well. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is, yeah. But, like, the hate is just mad, right? You got a player who's adapted to a league, a different league in the Italian league. Let's be honest. Like, if it was a league where there's similar intensity, I would have said, cool, need to do more. But it's not the same level in terms of intensity, yeah? He's a striker or a 9.5 or what you want to call it, yeah? So he's having to adapt in that role where, let's be honest, it's been a burden for so many United players, including Højlund, who is still struggling after, how long's he been here? 18 months now, Højlund? And we still don't know if he's good enough or not. And then people are just almost like, we drew yesterday, but the topic of the town is Zirkzee. And I'm just like, why? Why is it every single time, when we draw or lose a game, the topic of the town is Zirkzee? It's nobody else. It's not this player. It's not that player. I choose to look at the bigger picture in terms of, holistically, we're not that great of a team right now at the minute. We need to be patient, right? But I just feel like for me, it's like, everybody just chill. Like, what did you expect, Did you watch him beforehand? We got him for 34 million. It wasn't a signing that cost us 100 million plus. Everybody just relax. Give him time to adapt. They always say a striker needs about a year anyway in the Premier League to adapt to the league and whatnot. But I just think for me, criticize him for this and his football ability and whatever. But I've seen too much now where he's almost becoming a scapegoat with United. Every time United drop points, let's go and talk about Zirkzee. Can we talk about Zirkzee? Can we just say that Zirkzee is the worst player ever? Like, it's just a madness. I just think everyone needs to just relax and chill out. That's just my own opinion anyway. I don't know what Nuri's going to say. I don't know what Minna's going to say. And that's why we're here to agree to disagree. But I just think for me, it's like, everybody just relax, man. That's all it is. Especially because I gave the same benefit of doubt with Højlund. But what happened with Højlund is, and I'm going to call it out, man. With Højlund, he had that miracle song. Let's be honest. Now, I'm being real with you. He had the miracle song. So what happened was, everyone started to play around with that miracle. I said, yo. Then what happened was, you know what? Today's the miracle. And that brother saved him. If he didn't have that miracle song, everyone would have been like, you know what? This Højlund, get him out of the football club. He's shit, this and that. What happened was everyone started to play around with this miracle song and that. And then all of a sudden, when it happened, yo, man, it's happened. Finally, he came to Old Trafford. He came to watch him play. Da-da-da-da. But obviously, Zirkzee don't really have that right now. He's nothing. I mean, in terms of that, he hasn't got something going for him. But I'm just saying, like, the same way I give Højlund another year, I said, yo, listen, another year to adapt. Same way I'm going to give Zirkzee. He needs time, bro. Rival fans can say what they want because that's rival fans, isn't it? But with United fans, what I've seen from the United fans, it's like, just chill out, bro. Just chill out. But again, is what it is. I want people to talk about it. I'll start with you, Minna. What do you think of Zirkzee and what's going on? And just in general, what are you seeing?
I think people are just looking for someone to blame. Like, a lot of the time, I feel like people are just looking for someone to take the burden of the blame. I don't know how people watch yesterday's performance and think that Zirkzee, and they highlight Zirkzee, given the fact he only played for 20 minutes. In that same argument, I think you should criticize Højlund because Højlund made some poor decision making as well. But again, both of them came on as subs. I put the Zirkzee thing down to Manchester United choosing to sign him. Like, you signed a player that you didn't really know where you fit him into. You did. Whether they had the intention of keeping Ten Hag or they had the intention of getting Ruben Amorim, you should have let Ruben Amorim come in and sign him if you were planning for Ruben Amorim to come in as Manchester United coach. Because now you're trying to, it's like fitting, what is it, round circle pegs?
Yeah, square pegs and round holes.
You know what I'm trying to say. It's like they're basically trying to do that with Joshua Zirkzee. And unfortunately, I look at the front line, in particular the 210s, and there's a lot of other people I would play there ahead of Joshua Zirkzee if you are playing in, if you need players that are going to create for your striker. Like, he's not a number 9. He's not a number 9. And Amorim said it yesterday when he said he needs to be better to get into the box for crosses because he's slow. The guy is slow. He's not quick. But let's not sit here and act like he has attributes that United can't benefit from. But I think he's the kind of player that he's the asset that you bring in. You know, the final piece of the puzzle. That's the kind of player you bring in. You bring in Joshua Zirkzee. But when you're trying to build a team, unfortunately, I was saying this on my stream, being a Manchester United striker, you do not get the benefit of patience.
Never.
Other positions, I think, as a new signing, you get the benefit of patience. But Manchester United, if they sign a striker, you need to come in and start scoring goals immediately.
It's out 60 million.
You have people are giving players patience when they're midfielders, wingers, defenders, etc. But when they're a striker, and I'm not just talking about now, I'm talking about historically, Lukaku, Cavani, Ronaldo, you have to score. But now everybody is like, okay, these players are not scoring. Well, Joshua Zirkzee, I think the demand is less on him because he came in for a cheaper price than Rasmus Højlund did. Both players had similar kind of, I think, trajectories in terms of at Italy. Højlund had how many goals before he joined Manchester United? Joshua Zirkzee just about had double-digit goals when he joined Manchester United. Why are Manchester United going out and buying players that are not prolific goal scorers? That's the question. And like I said, the element of patience is not there for strikers because you've got a United team that's scoring less than 60 goals a season in the league. So, of course, people are going to get impatient, but people are just looking at someone to blame. They're just looking at someone to blame. And Joshua Zirkzee is the easier one because aesthetically, he's not a striker.
Yeah,
so he's not your traditional 9. He's not your traditional.
Maybe what he said, maybe what he said has kind of bit him in the ass a little bit because he's kind of almost come in and said, I'm not a 9. But then you have to be honest, though. If he comes in and says, yo, this is what I am, and you say, I don't like that, he's told you, I'm not a 9 and I'm not a 10, but I'm a bit of a 9.5. And now
but then the question is, where do you fit him into? If you know that, if I'm Dan Ashworth and I went and brought him, and
that's why he's a future. That's why it's a future signing.
Where do you fit? And that's what I'm saying. He's a player that you bring in when you've brought in all your main pieces, and you just need. It's like when you're painting and then you just put the gloss over it just to make it look shiny, make it look better. That's what a Joshua Zirkzee kind of signing is. He's that final signing you bring in when you've brought in your prolific goal scorer, you've brought in your wing back, you've brought in your controlling midfielder, and you just bring him in cherry on the top of the cake. That's it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's not that.
Yeah. The super chats have come in. Big up Rosendale says back 3 are so boring. I guess we won't care if we are winning, but I don't like it. We'll get on to that, Rosendale. Big up to you, my friend. Craig, big up Craig, mate. He says Zirkzee is not the problem. Rashford is the worst player and we have in the squad. I truly believe it. Based on what we pay for him, to what we get in return is absolutely crazy. 70 million in wages. Wow. I didn't even think of it like that. 70 million. Bloody hell. But yeah, no, Rashford we have to talk about as well because there's a couple of United fans outside the stadium saying, get him gone. You know what I mean? Sell him. Even though he scored a goal, his fans are like, get him off the pitch. You know what I mean? But Nuruddin, where do you stand with Zirkzee in terms of the balance between criticizing the player and then going overboard and saying he's done, he's rubbish, he's a dud and get him out? And where do you think the balance should be? Because I feel like for me, it's like every week there's a conversation and it doesn't need to be every week. Like, that's what I think anyway. But what are you thinking, Nuruddin?
Yeah, there's calling it out in real time, innit? And saying being frustrated with the player because the way they're playing, maybe lack of control, maybe they're not getting a shot on target. There is that, but no other fan base. I mean, I don't know about other fan bases, but all I know is about my own fan base. I know about Manchester United fan base. Nobody loves. Yeah, that's the fact. Top Reds and his face.
Yeah.
No, I'm here to say it, and I say it to people's faces. His face don't fit. Whereas Højlund's face fits, Saeed. That's the big difference. But no other fan base I know basically loves the scapegoat and loves the savior. And we're all guilty of it. We love a savior. This guy's gonna come in and save us.
Yeah.
Whether it's a coach, whether it's a player, that's what we always are. And this is because the atmosphere has been created by the Glazers and now Ineos as well. So because we haven't got any power to be able to go at the people who make the decisions at this football club, we take it out on the people that we think we can reach, right?
Yep.
And majority of times as players, and all of us can be guilty of it. But now it's getting a level of toxicity. Because I always take it back to people. Some of them might be on the build. By the way, you need to. Mario looks a bit too sad for me on there. He needs to get his chin up a little bit.
When you were
Mario, why is Mario depressed, man? Get Mario.
Mario's got the Manchester United face on, man. I'm telling you.
Mario can't be sad, man.
Mario is sad out here.
Tired already of Amorim ball.
He tried to jump down, man. Mario's trying to get down from the cabinet, man. That's what he's doing. He's trying. Yeah. But listen, so it's an atmosphere that's been created. But I always go back to the classic example. It's the derby. I remember I went to that derby, Derby. It was Man City away. Patrice Evra specifically. I remember Patrice Evra. I don't know his Vidic played, but Patrice Evra played that day.
Yeah.
And he played against Trevor Sinclair. Trevor Sinclair absolutely battered him, like physically, mentally, like just got into him, like really, like the physicality he couldn't deal with. And he came from the French league. This was like a Champions League finalist with Monaco. Fergie took him off, innit? And the story goes, he sat him next to him and he said, now you learn. Watch and learn now about English football. So it's the idea of what it is for me. It's the idea of what it is to scapegoat a player who's hardly had the minutes. If the last 5-6 games or the last 10 games, Zirkzee started every game and finished, and Moindi was playing 70 minutes to 80 minutes, then you could say maybe something. But at this moment in time, it's just that who they want to blame in it. The fan base always chooses somebody to blame. And it's all the top Reds in it. I thought we were toxic, Saeed. I thought we were the toxic ones. Who's toxic now? Pricks. Hey, game gone. Game gone. He got you a fucking point, you dickhead.
He got us a goal, man. I don't get that energy, man. I didn't get that.
Yeah, he's not a striker. We've been screaming out at this, but the manager wanted to try him there, so that's how it is. But at the end of the day, for me, all it is that he came to me out of the top 5 leagues. The slowest league is the Italian league. I always joke and say we could play in that league. You know what I mean? Because it's like walking football FC. You know what I mean? That's what that league is. So for me, like coming from that, being the age that he is, also he's got something with confidence because he's supposed to have flopped in Germany, hasn't he? Because he had an incredible potential as a young player. So other than that, Google's available. Like everybody, Google is available. So type in Zirkzee journey as a youth player.
He was at Anderlecht as well. Anderlecht.
Yeah, he went to Anderlecht, and then so you then find out what kind of a player he is. And we bought him for 30-odd million, Saeed. What if people get in absolutely?
That's 34 million,
I think what Mina said is right. United fans think striker. They think Andy Cole. They think Ruud van Nistelrooy, Robin van Persie. Nah, mate. Those were legends. They're a different level of legend of players. So at the end of the day, you need to.
Does he have a big test, though? Does he have? Because some people are saying, "Hey, where does you alluded to there? What's the plan then now?" Because when you look at the system right now, he ain't gonna play up front. It's now the two tens now. So when it's like, bro, it's like they for me, it's like a critical position that needs to be filled in now. So where do you see him playing? Where do you see him playing?
So one of the tens. We saw him in the second half when he came on. He was dropping onto the left-hand side, really, and tried to come a bit deeper to get on the ball and then to connect.
He had good link-up play. I don't know why everybody see that.
He tried to connect that, but I mean, the manager came out and said, and maybe we can discuss what the manager said about certain players. But he's like, when the ball goes out wide, get in the effing box.
And I agree with that to a certain extent. I agree with that.
I think Zirkzee would agree with it as well.
Yeah,
because that's what he did for the goal against Fulham. His only goal in the Premier League this season. He did that with a goal. But at the end of the day, for me, it's just that I think he needs a run of games. I think he needs to be trusted. But fans are always going to pick on somebody, and unfortunately, Saeed, I'll come back to it.
But we could go and get.
Why is it always the same type of players?
We could go and get Gyökeres, and he won't score in 10 games, and the fan base is like, get him out. I mean, bro, we could go and get you know what? If we'd have gone and get that, what's that striker that we were linked with in summer? Benjamin Sesko, I swear down, guys. If Benjamin Sesko played for Man United, and he didn't score in about 10 to 15 games, all of this fan base be like, what have we bought? He's shit. Get him out. This is it, bro. Like, we literally are just we're not patient enough, bro.
Can I say one thing though? Like, it's crazy how people are getting this assumption from one game. I don't even think we've seen the final front three option. I think there's going to be a lot of trial and error. The manager's going to be testing out different players in different positions, and also I think it's also down to the game and the opponent. Like, depending on who the opponent is, I think Joshua Zirkzee, for me, low block teams where United are able to dominate possession. That's where you can play him. You think about that Crystal Palace game under Erik ten Hag. Even though United drew that game, he was one of United's better players because of and I don't know if you lot even remember, but even under Erik ten Hag, there was particular times where he'd play. If Ahmad's playing and Zirkzee's playing and Maino's playing and Mensraoui's playing, that's 4 players already in the starting or the outfield players, 4 out of 10 that don't require a lot of touches on the ball to do what they need to do.
Thank you.
And this is the problem, because I feel like when players have too many touches on the ball, you're inviting too much pressure, too much danger. Whereas players like Zirkzee, players like Ahmad, players like Mizraoui, Kobe Mino, etc., they don't require that. And if they're able to play together, I don't know how likely we're going to see all of them together. But if they're able to play together, you will see fluid football that potentially doesn't require a lot of touches from players. Now, this thing about Joshua Zirkzee is, like I said, people just want someone to blame. If it's not Rashford, they will find Zirkzee. If it's not Zirkzee, it's Garnacho. If it's not Garnacho, it's Bruno. Everybody wants someone to blame when the result doesn't kind of go the way that we expect it to. But I don't know what did you not expect going to the Ipswich game? What were your expectations?
I thought it was going to be a tough game, man. I said 2-1.
Tough game. We said it. We said tough game. We said 2-1 maybe was. We said 2-1. We'll maybe try to nick it 2-1. That's what we said.
Yeah. So I said 2-1. I thought it would be difficult, and Kieran McKenna will not make it easy for us. He wanted a job in the summer, and that's what he did. He never made it easy for us, and it was a tough game. We suffered a lot.
Yeah. And one of the videos I did, somebody put gassing up 19th position, and then I replied and said, we're 13th. What? I'm gassing it. We're down there with them. Like, so what are we talking about? To me, I think we discussed it, that their performances does not align with where they are where the position they are in the league. Yeah. And to be fair, yesterday it should have been 4-1-5, 4-5-1. I think 3-1-4-1. That would have been a proper medicine for Manchester United. Yeah. And they deserve to win it by absolute far. And the people who are talking about saying, oh, Ugarte came on and did this and that, they second half, they changed their tactics. They sat back in the shape. They sat back more in the deeper shape and let us have the ball. And they knew we couldn't break them down. And they just set the traps for us. So there was the game ebb and flow, but that's what the game was. First half is where they did the damage.
Listen, there's a lot of time. Like, Amorim will learn, innit? I just thought, for me, the best thing about yesterday was the press conference after, man. Like, it was beautiful, man. Everything you learn about that game, the manager, like, literally shared the same message. Like, the fact that he said as well, Dalot, I don't want him inverting anymore. I want to stay out wide. Like, that is big, guys,
You know, the best thing that he said for me is when he said, it's either we play it safe, and this time next year we'll be in the same problem, or he said we basically do this from now, and it might hurt a little bit, but there'll be progress by this time next year. And I think that's what a lot of fans that's what we've been discussing on streams a lot. Do we want him to come in and just play it safe and just get results? Or do you want him to do you want to look at the game and be like, you know what, I can identify his fingerprints? I think he's a very well-spoken manager as well. I think he's able to articulate, and he looks like someone that don't take shit. He looks like someone that don't take shit.
No. I can't lie to you. He looks like a guy that.
You see when Ed Sheeran interrupted his interview, he was pissed.
Man. And then you see his reply today. He goes, "Oh, I didn't realize he was getting interviewed." Of course you did, you knob. Like, what are you talking about?
Standing there with mics, and you literally.
They're standing there with mics. You've got the light flashing on them. You've got all of them standing there, and they've got mics on. What do you think, bro? Get out of here, man. But I think for me, I just look at it like there is a lot of work to do, guys. There is a lot of work to do, man. The formation is not necessarily something I'm looking at. I just need personnel to be in their right position. That will take time. It might be a situation where we might enjoy the Europa League, but I heard Bodo Glimt are a good football team. You know what I mean? So we have to be careful with that one as well.
Very good. Very good. Well coached. Yeah. Well coached. Big up Jarvis. Jarvis has been giving me some insight. Yeah.
I think, you know what it is, yeah? It was like one of them where maybe we don't need a manager bounce, man. We don't really need one. Maybe we just need to understand that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Like,
they play true
you know, when you get this manager bounce, yeah, it's all good and well, yeah, but we got one with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, remember? And then we didn't get top 4 that year. I think we didn't get top 4. So it's all good and well, yeah, being happy. But you know what, man? Sometimes it's good. You know, when your parents say to you, like, yo, you got to suffer now, then later on, you're not going outside. So, you know, you don't go outside. You can't go there. You got to go to the Zirkzee. You got to learn. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you're ready for Zirkzee. So you got to be at home revising. You're revising. And then later on, you pass your test and then you go outside and play. That's what it's going to be like for United fans, guys. We're going to have to just relax. We can't get too giddy. We can't get too overexcited about this team because this team will let you down, bro. They will let you down.
It's not just that, but you can't also don't throw your toys out of the pram if a game doesn't go United's way. Like, just I don't want to say lower expectations, but be realistic. I think that's how I'm looking at it. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. But Saeed, you should take your own advice.
What did you mean?
Huh? Don't be too giddy. Be patient.
Bro, I'm just saying, you know, really, like, I'm the chairman of the Giddy Army.
Yes, Mina, stick on him.
No, what I'm saying to you, Mina, I'm saying I'm the chairman of the Giddy Army, yeah? So I'm letting people
what's
know.
Nuruddin?
What's
Nuruddin if you're the chairman?
Hey?
You know what I am? I'm the Giddy Watch, the director and the CEO of Giddy Watch.
He was on Friday. You were moving mad.
Yeah, I saw him on Friday.
You saw it, really?
He was 2 seconds away from holding up a shirt with Giddy FC.
Yo,
like
no, because you know why?
He downplays it. You're part of Giddy Army, mate.
Listen, I want to dig genuinely. Listen. The vice principal, big up Imran. I want to make this right. I absolutely love truth tellers, direct communicators, people who don't go skate around. I like people who get to the point, exactly, concise, precise, accuracy. That's what I love. So from everything he has said, and I actually genuinely think, I don't know what you guys think, but I think he's talking too open and honest. And Saeed, remember, Ten Hag was doing that on the first season. Ranieri did that. The second season started towing the line, the company line. So they're gonna gag him because he's talking too openly and coming out like with, you know, critique, open and honest critique of the players' performances. Like, they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna listen. Regardless whether we like it or not, we are brand FC. We are about selling shirts. That's what we're about. The Glazers chose to buy players, give them big wages so they can get rinse every ounce of branding out of them. And that's what we are. And he's too open and honest. So I was gassed, and I will always be gassed with direct communicators and people who don't skate around and tell it as it is. And he told it as it is.
Yeah.
So bro, that's where we're at.
He called out everyone, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about him. He called out Bruno. He called out Bruno. He called out Zirkzee. He called out Dalot. He called out the board. He called out bro, he literally, listen, he's like too honest. Like, and that is refreshing for me because it's like, you want people to be like, yo, I don't like this, bro. And Ineos, if you're watching, then this has to be changed. Like, I don't want to do that many interviews. And people say, oh, but yeah, my United Football Club. Yeah, cool. But the Sky Sports are taking the piss, bro. One Sky Sports interview there. Then you got to sit down with Gary Neville. Then you got to do this. Like, relax, man. You know what I mean, bro? So that one there will have to be a bit more steadier. But I just think for me, I just look at it and I'm like, yo, he knows where the problems are. And he said it's going to take a lot of suffering. United fans, are you ready to suffer? Are you? If you're not ready to suffer, then it's going to be a long, long road ahead. You know what I'm saying to you? But for me, I learned a lot more in that time. Honestly, in this week, I've learned a lot more than I've learned in the whole Ten Hag tenure, like generally, in terms of where the problems are, what we need to fix, how we're going to go about fixing it, and where, you know what I'm saying to you? Like,
I think, Saeed, I think Ten Hag's messages were similar to.
They were similar.
It's the right message, but the wrong messenger. You don't want to hear it from Ten Hag because you made up your mind. You didn't want to hear it from him. Because he criticized intensity. He criticized decision making from players. When he did that, people were saying, "Oh, why is he throwing his players under the bus?" But when Mina, he was saying players need to make better decisions.
But Mina, let me just say this. Eric Ten Hag also said, I don't believe in doing it in training. They have to do the patterns.
That's true. But I'm saying like the message that Amorim was getting across yesterday, some of it Ten Hag was telling us.
But also
in the first season, 100%. In the first season,
we played dynamic football. He said that. He also said for me, there was something as well. Yeah, the biggest one for me is I can't play my Ajax football as well. That's a big thing, you know.
Again, I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about when he's pointing out things of the players and the decision making and players not being in the right place and whatnot. It was the right message, just the wrong messenger.
No, genuinely. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I hear you what you're trying to say, but I genuinely didn't hear it in the way. Like it wasn't clear as that though. I heard and I seen this guy talk about the fundamentals of the team. Okay, what about the athleticism? Did Ten Hag ever talk about athleticism in this team?
He talked about intensity. He talked
No,
about
no, no, no.
intensity.
But it's different. It's different. Intensity is, bro. Intensity can be just pressing from the off. Did he ever mention and say we don't have athleticism in our team? Yes or no?
Well, I don't know about athleticism, but I know he mentioned intensity. But the thing is even if he mentioned athleticism, you wouldn't want to hear it because the argument for that is you're the one that brought these players in.
No, I
So
get that.
I can see that argument where he can't talk about the things that the players are lacking because half of the squad this season he brought them in. But I remember in his after 6 months, he was talking about the intensity. He was talking about the decision making, the players lacking the common sense. The players lacking the common sense.
He contradicts himself all the time, though. I feel like Mina, he'd say something and then do the opposite. He'd say something and then his team would be anything but.
I'm just saying, I'm not talking about what he did. I'm just saying the message.
Okay.
It was there.
I don't know.
It's just when you've got your mind made up on the manager, you're not gonna take anything he says with value.
To be fair, he lost Saeed and he lost a lot of people in the second season. He lost me after 7 months. But Mina, I agree with you. In the first season, he made a lot of sense. He talked about aggression. He talked about intensity. He talked about the physicality. He saw that the people have to fight. Second season, there was just a waffle of more waffle. And then by the last bit, he was concussed, like Musa said. It was like a rabbit in the headlights.
I just think he started to contradict himself at some points. And once you start doing that, you can't win the fan base.
No. And this is where we're at. And this is where we're at. So for me, I was gassed off the fact that we've got a straight talker. And he reminded me of Ranier. That's why I was gassed, because Manchester United need more truth tellers. And I think what he's going to say is, if you don't want me telling truth, don't make me do interviews. I think somebody else should be speaking, because for the first time in the history of Manchester United, he's the first team coach. He's not the manager. Somebody else should be going to do this meeting. And did you hear what he also said in his presser before the game? He said, I've got to go to all these meetings. I've got all these departments. Why don't I just fill him in? Somebody should just do a thing, half an hour with him in a day, fill him in. And the rest of the time, he's like, I want to coach. I want to be on a training ground. I want to help the players.
Did you see the pre-game warm-ups? He's taking part in the session with them.
No.
I don't think I've seen a manager at United do that in a long time.
Nah, I can't lie to you. No, he used to tell Steve McLaren, and Steve McLaren was old man. You know what I mean? And he weren't doing nothing, bro. He was just literally shoulder barging players, and that is crazy. Guys, there's nearly 1,000 people in the. Well, there is 1,000 people here. Not even 500 likes. We're on 272 likes, guys. We need to get 500 likes a minimum, guys. Please. Bottom right hand corner. It looks like this. Smash a like. Make sure you're following everyone's channels as well. Killis, big up the panel. Most of his fan base too impatient. I worry they won't give Amorim time as well. Amorim called out a few players out yesterday. Let's look at our formation, right? Mina, what do you think's wrong in terms of our formation? I think for me personally, it's Ahmad play right wing back. I don't think that's the case for me.
I don't think that's the issue. And people think I'm crazy that I don't think Ahmad.
Okay, explain.
I think Ahmad at right wing back makes sense because and this is just, we're going off of one game, right?
Absolutely.
So it's a very small sample size. But Ahmad and Mazraoui on the right side is Manchester United's most technically secure side in the game. Yeah. In terms of in possession, on the ball, you know that you probably will not lose possession on that side. Diogo Dalot, however, on that left-hand side, Diogo Dalot and Garnacho, etc., that's different conversation. I think yesterday the issues were in the spaces that the 10s were able to utilize. The way that Ipswich utilized the space for their 10s and the way that United did it was not the same, because United had Marcus Rashford playing up top, who's not a 9. This idea of Rashford being a 9, I don't know how people can persist with it. You can't persist with it. Do you know why? Do you know why I think he can't be a 9? Because Marcus Rashford, if United are bursting down the wings, he can make that run into the box. But outside of that, he's not giving you much. Now, he did make a few good runs yesterday where people didn't identify.
Look at the runs he made, though.
He was making good runs, but what stuck out to me the most is his average position. Him and Garnacho are too similar. So you got Garnacho playing on the left side of the 10, and you got Rashford in the 9, but he's playing on his preferred. He's playing more so coming off of his preferred side. As a result, if you see the heat map, by the way, the average position map, Garnacho and Rashford are literally rubbing shoulders like this. They're right next to each other.
I know.
Because they're in the same spaces. So that's one problem. The other problem that I saw, the way that Ipswich was utilising the 10s for Hutchinson and the other guys, Smodzik, something like that.
Modix, yes, Modix.
Man United weren't able to do that because the space between Ericsson and Casemiro and then the three behind them, Evans is playing tight to Hutchinson. Mizraoui's playing tight to his guy. Mizraoui can do it. Evans can't. And that's why I don't know if you lot noticed, because I pointed out Diogo Dalot's defending on the left-hand side. He did not get in tight to Burns. As a result, Burns had time. I think he had like 3 seconds to look up and find Hutchinson to make the pass. Hutchinson turns away from Casemiro into the top.
Evans as well.
The deflection.
Evans.
But that was for me the biggest problem. It was those spaces that the 10s were utilising for Ipswich.
You need athletes. You need athletes.
Did you?
That's the thing.
Did you see
athleticism?
Did any of you guys hear what? What's the name? He used to play for United.
Owen Hargreaves. Yeah.
Owen Hargreaves. See what he said? He said he was in line, like just sat right behind Amorim, and he said he was so frustrated with the positioning of Diego Dalot. He goes, he was just fuming in that first half of Diego Dalot's positioning. He couldn't understand what he was doing. To me, Diego Dalot, I've been saying it, the guy to me looks fatigued. He looks like he's played too much football. Yep, and he's on the absolute horrendous form. Going forward, he gave a little bit, but defensively, he's been shocking for a long time. And now it's catching up with him. And people want to talk about things, we need to talk about that.
You know, for me, it's like, I think that you have to call out the elephant in the room, man. And that is Garnacho, man. He just isn't it at starting for United. Like, as an option on the bench, I think he could be amazing. Like, generally, like, because he
decision making is not there, Saeed.
Decision making, guys. There's 3 up. I think the instances you're talking about when I said Rashford made the run. First half, you've got to play that pass into Rashford. Yeah, Rashford doesn't make a good run, but it's enough of a run to lay Rashford in and cause problems, right? And then the second instance where Garnacho has to pass on his left-hand side and he doesn't. And this is why I said in the title, guys, it's a huge conundrum, because if it doesn't fit, then please do not force them in. Like square pegs in round holes. Don't do that, because it's not going to work, guys. Like, putting Garnacho in there is going to do more harm to Garnacho than good. Like, and again, it's one game, but my biggest worry is that we kind of just go along with it, and we kind of just almost kind of find ourselves playing Garnacho there on Sunday. I don't know. It could be a different situation. Someone else could play there. But then again, are the others in form enough to be in that position? Is Zirkzee in a good enough form to be in there? Is, Ahmad is going to... Because you say there, Mina, yeah? Ahmad had our best 2 chances, right? Yeah, cool, the first one came in the right wing-back role. But look at the second one where he isolated 2 defenders and he got blocked. That's where Ahmad should be, in that area, that tempo.
You know why I said that? I don't. Him playing at right wing back, in terms of ball retention, getting forward, he's more of a threat from right wing back than Dalot is from left wing back, and that says a lot. I think that says a lot. Yeah. But also, I don't know if you lot realize, like, on the topic of Garnacho, I think Garnacho is good. I think he's a talent. I don't think he's necessarily a starter for Manchester United consistently, but I think United can benefit from him in certain games. What stood out to me a lot yesterday is him and Dalot. They make too much of the same runs. And I don't know how you can make the same runs on the left when you're both you're playing in different positions. There was one particular moment that stood out to me where Garnacho should be making a move in centrally. He goes out left. As a result, Dalot doesn't even use him. He comes back onto his right foot and tries to cross a ball in. Keeper comes out to collect. And for me, that is just an example of like decision making. But you have to look at it on the flip side and be like, you know what? This is a straight different system to maybe what Garnacho is used to. I feel like a player like Bruno can comfortably fit into this system because there's not much difference from the 10 position that he was playing for the last couple of years and now, because he's still playing in that same kind of area. Whereas when you're traditionally a touchline winger or a wide player, it might be more difficult to come in and play more centrally. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I'm trying to see both sides of the argument. I'm trying to see, the decision making. For me, you're in your 3rd season. You should be making a lot better decisions. Like this is the kind of decisions I'm expecting you to make in your rookie season, not in your 3rd season.
Yeah, wallahi, that's so true. Like in your 3rd season, you can't be making these mistakes, man. Like, come on, guys, are you not seeing that? Like,
well, the difference is this, Saeed. The difference is this: Eric Ten Hag
And you
walked
can't
in.
correct, you can't coach that as well. Nuruddin, the manager told you there. So please,
Saeed, no, Saeed, you can't coach. No,
the manager.
no.
So are you going against the manager saying that?
Nina, can you please explain to these people? He's saying
he just said it, bro.
Level, no, but
let me bring the quote up, man.
Mina, please, can you explain the context?
You're going to save me, man.
No. It's not about saving me. The context is he's saying that these players at this level should already be the decision.
They should know it. Yeah, you can't teach this.
But with rhythm, when you coach people to play the patterns, you coach the level of intensity. You become second nature. Saeed, I've got a sports degree. Coaching does fucking work. What the hell is he here for?
I didn't say that.
What are you talking about? Why are we on here, people? People misunderstand what he said. He's saying the decision making at this level, they should already have it, but they don't. So you can coach the patterns, the ways, the level of intensity in the passing, and how to keep the ball.
Okay, can you explain what he said here then? Explain this then. So I'm going to read it for you. Decision making is a concern. You don't need to coach them in this level.
Decision making.
He's referencing the decision making, coaching decision making. That's what he's referencing.
That's all he's talking about. He's not talking about being coached, Saeed. He's talking about these players at this level should have.
But Roy Keane was talking about as well. Roy Keane asked him,
he's talking about level of. I'm saying he's talking about the IQ level in terms of players. They should do this already. But coaching, there's no point of him being here. We might also have Omar Barada being in charge of Manchester United. Nobody be able to coach him because they should all. No, you need coaches, Saeed. Eric Ten Hag.
No, I didn't say that. I'm talking about the final action there where Garnacho needs to do better. That you can't teach that. That's all I'm saying to you. Can you teach that? Yes or no? That final action.
Yes, you can.
Oh my God, man!
Yes,
seriously,
yes,
you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem, man.
Oh my God! I've got a classic example for you. I'm gonna shut this guy up, and I'm gonna shut all of you muppets in the chat who are
nobody's even disagreeing with you. Why are you talking in the chat?
Let me finish. You know what a classic example is? Classic example. It's the guy who's one of the best players in the world, second best player in the world, who could have won the Ballon d'Or. When he was playing, when he first broke into the team,
who?
Benzema came out and said, "Don't give it to Vinny. He's playing against us." I want to show. I swear to God, go on, type in. I want you all people to put in on YouTube, Vinny Jr. broken into his first season at Real Madrid, and watch. Every decision making, he's doing exactly the same things. You're
comparing the trajectory of Vinny Jr.
No, he's not. Saeed, but don't do that. You're winding him up on purpose. You're winding him up on purpose. He's gone.
Laugh, come on, bro. That's why I'm here now. Man saying Vinny Jr. Ya Rabbi.
He's not comparing him to Vinny Jr. He's comparing the scenario.
Oh my days.
That's it. You know what you're doing, Saeed. You know what you're doing.
Saeed,
genuinely, are we actually
Vinny Jr. So Saeed, there's a saying now everybody uses because of Benzema. Benzema said, "Don't give the ball to Vinny because his sweat is playing against us." Why was he saying that? Because Vinny's decision making and the level of greediness was off the scale. But what did Vinny do? Vinny got developmental coaching. Same thing with Rodrigo when Rodrigo first came in. Real Madrid, their young players. They coaches who work with them again. They get the videos out and they do it again. What are you doing in this decision making? It's about strikers. Ian Wright talks about it. Ian Wright came off a Sunday league pitch, got a contract at Crystal Palace. You know what he said? Damn, he goes, in that league, I was just banging in goals, ball over the top, boom, Sunday league, bam, part of the back of the net. He goes, I got proper coaching at a later stage at the age of 24. And he said, you know what? When they were teaching me at Crystal Palace, I had to work with these specific coaches. They're teaching me how to run the channels, how to hold up the ball. He goes, the thing that I struggled with was how to hold up the ball because physically he wasn't big. Ian Wright wasn't physically domineering. He said, but they told me the things that you can do, coming to the ball first, getting that touch, linking, and then going, then making the run. You can't coach.
So can I ask a question about Rashford?
Guys, I've done modules of sports psychology. It's about the mental and the physical. You make things, if you want your players to repeat patterns, you make it so
Okay, let's look at Rashford then. Rashford,
and they will get it. Yeah, Rashford's not being coached. Rashford's not being
Rashford's not being coached from when he started.
No.
All that, he's not being coached.
Listen, Saeed, let me explain something to you. Rashford, he came in. To me, that's why Louis van Gaal should have had more time. Martial, Rashford, Rashford and Louis van Gaal would be completely different players now. Jose came in, rubbished the young, and Jose never coached anybody to go forward. Jose believes, if you go and read his books, Saeed, he believes the strikers and that. I'm not going to teach you how to score a goal. I'm not going to teach you to skip somebody. I just want you when you haven't got the ball. Where are you? Coaching, Jose coaches what players are doing off the ball, not what they're doing on the ball. And promise you, Marcus Rashford is suffering from the same kind of things where he's never had real coach to coach him. And the reason why Erik ten Hag bottled it is because he got beat by Brighton, got smacked up, massive shot, third time in the league, and thought, damn, I need to build a system now where I can't, and I'm not asked about the coaching. We need to chase these 4 trophies. Saeed, I promise you.
I don't know.
Listen to me. Saeed, I got coaching badge 1 and 2, right? 2 coaching badges, yeah? I'm not going to lie to you. You can coach. You can coach things. Listen, I beg you all, you guys, go and find out. Cristiano Ronaldo came to Manchester United. You know, his left foot was absolutely atrocious. By the time he left, 35 yarders into the top corners. That's what Ronaldo was doing. Ronaldo talked about it on one of his YouTube channels the other day, and he said, I had to work on my left. I had to do so much work. So you have to, Saeed, at Manchester United, they had developmental coaches. Fergie used to bring them in, take them out. Bring the young players in, take them out. And then they coach. It's strengthening and conditioning, the different kind of strength that they needed. Coaching works with younger players. It works. People, if you don't believe me, go and read a book called Psychonomics. They tell you the percentage of what manager can make the change. And
but you have to also...
And
you have to also say to
you
have to include talent in this. Talented though. Are they as talented though?
No, Saeed. Listen, there are people who are just got genius. They're just blessed. Zidane's. Like, there are players, Ronaldinho's, R9, Messi. There's certain players who are just blessed. But there are players, you know who I know, Mina? Bielsa took guys that came with Leeds from League 2. League 2. And he made them into a Premier League players. How? By coaching the F out of these players.
But let me just shut this argument down here. So we can coach Southampton players, right? You know, or players that are just not on that level to say, right, cool, do this. Sometimes they can't do it because they just don't have the ability, Nordin. And that's my biggest kind of, saying from all of this, that you can say, right, do this or whatever, but sometimes you just don't have that ability. And that's okay, Nordin. And that's what I'm saying to you. That moment there, and that separates the best from the average.
Saeed, but the thing that Amorim might be asking the players to do, it's not things that you don't have to be world class to do it.
Yeah, but knowing that, having that level of IQ, to say, you know what, cool, I don't need to do this now. I don't need to drag this shot for no reason. I can play this ball in quick now. I'm going to do things that are just IQ. It's right in there. So then I don't need to worry about.
I think you're mixing up IQ and decision making.
But to be a footballer, it's kind of into one, though. It's kind of into one. Because if you have the IQ, you will have the decision making. Yes or no?
No, IQ and decision making, it goes together, but you can have one and not have the other. You can have one and not have the other, and you can have both. The thing that I understand Nuruddin's point. I actually understand Nuruddin's point, and I understand your perspective as well. The best players have both. They've got the IQ and they have the decision making. Let me say what I think. Yeah, you cannot be a footballer at the top flight level of football without a little bit of IQ. You have to have some form of IQ. But I think you can be a footballer at the top level of football with shit decision making. That don't mean you're a good player. It don't mean you're a good player. But you can have it. You can be
okay. That's the key word there. That's the key word. What did you say at the end?
What? You're not good.
You're not good.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can still be in top flight football.
And that's what I'm saying. We can say Garnacho, cool, whatever. That's the difference. We can say we can coach him, but it just may never be that sort of player. And it's okay, guys. That's all it is. And that's where being a substitute player or being an impact player gives you that leeway. So then when you come off the pitch, if you make that mistake, we can accept it a little bit because you know why? You're off the bench, you're a bit kind of, you're hyped up, etc. But when you're starting games and you're playing 85 minutes, And we're seeing that all the time. That's where everyone gets frustrated. That's all it is. And the same thing's happened to Rashford for so long. And that's it. So all in all, we're just saying that exactly this point here. We're just keeping mediocre players and we're trying to coach them.
My argument wasn't that. My argument wasn't that. Yes, there are players who are good enough, but players, especially at a young age, who are not developed in the right way. Listen, Saeed, it's about what they want it as well. It's how much they want it.
Yeah.
How much they want to do the extras. Do you think the class of 92 was just all talented? David Beckham was sent out to Preston to go and play. And he was one of the oldest to come back into the team because he had to work in different elements of his game where the Scholes had it. Scholes had the technical abilities and the level of IQ already. Nicky Butt had the certain level, but was more of a different type of player. Gary Neville was a different type. They were all different types of players, but they all contributed to a team. Not everybody has to be technically superb to make a team. What the biggest thing is, I'm 100% believer you can coach decision making. Because you get them to repeat something. It's about the drill. You repeat the thing again, it becomes second nature. There's a psychological technique now, Mina. It's called positive mental imagery, right? And basically, what they did, you can look it up, you can Google it, you can YouTube it. You know David Beckham, when it comes to take free kicks, they took him to, what's the university? The sports university, Loughborough. They took him to Loughborough, yeah? And what they did to him is that they had David Beckham sitting down. So they got him to learn this technique. It's like a form of kind of meditation. They had him lying on a couch and they said to him, think about all the things that you feel when you're taking a free kick. Saeed, the muscles in his body, the bits of his body started jerking the same way that he would be when he's taking a free kick. The other guy was the rugby guy. He was one of the captains. I think he was something Wilkins?
George Wilkinson, yeah.
Well, whatever. When they won the World Cup, the rugby player, he used to do certain things. Before he's taking the penalty kicks for the rugby union, he did certain things with his hands. He would do this like that, and then repeat the process. You repeat the same things, it goes the same way. Penalty takers, one of the best in sport, they do it in the putting, in golfing. The mental imagery, you can use techniques in psychology to get the players to learn things so that it becomes second nature. Those things, to me, are key. You can put players in different, Johnny Wilkinson, different situations in games and repeat the thing, repeat. And the classic examples, I beg you to all of you, if you don't believe me, go and check out Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. was making this exact, I'm not saying he's the same as Garnacho, but similar areas on the football pitch, making the similar type of decisions, and just scatty. And the way even the controlling of the ball bubbling. People are calling him in Madrid, is he really Brazilian? Who's this kid? Is he really Brazilian? Year and a half later, bam, a different version comes. An absolute consistent guy who's picking out the passes.
That's fair enough.
That's a different man that comes. Young players need that. Older players as well, you can coach. And you know who showed me that? Bielsa at Leeds. League Two. And you know what? McKenna had a couple of players who were from League Two as well, Saeed. And League One in his team.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, we're 100 away from 500 likes. Let's get that to 500 likes, guys. LJ said, football IQ is seeing all the good and the bad possibilities and decision-making is executing. Bruno has the IQ, but decision-making it has been awful. What did you make of Bruno's performance yesterday, Minot? Did you think it was decent? What do you think yesterday?
Yeah, I just think it was all right.
Yeah.
I think it was all right. For me, there was, in the front line, nobody really stood out to me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Same. There's some news regarding Lisandro Martinez. He's going to be out for 3 weeks with an injury. What are we saying, guys? Is it? I mean, that means now are we gonna have to play thingy? What's it called?
It would be
Evans
or Shaw, yeah.
I don't want to see Evans playing, man. We need Maguire back, man. Where's Maguire back, by the way? To be fair, we got Luke Shaw there. To be fair, Luke Shaw can play there.
But for how long, Saeed?
He's out for about 2 to 3 weeks.
No. I'm talking about Luke Shaw. For how long?
Oh yeah, for how long? Yeah, no, I know.
Luke Shaw and Mason Mount. We have to go caveat. Well, how long? How long would these guys play?
How long?
The biggest thing for me is that How Euros had a setback? How bad is the setback? That's the most.
Is it a setback though?
Or
What
some
setback?
sort. Yeah.
No, there's a comment now in the chat.
There's a comment now.
Apparently,
Big
it's not
up
having a
Khalees.
setback.
Big up Khalees there.
Oh, this one here. I thought some was a setback despite not being included. He's continued planning reintegration following his injury sustained during preseason. Yeah, he's just for me. They're trying to
So I think it's just they're slowly bringing him back.
Yeah, Maguire too slow. Yeah, but the thing is,
I don't know how people snuff up their noses at Maguire though in a back three. Like that's a better option than Johnny Evans.
Well,
he actually plays a lot better in a back three for England. One of the best performances.
And for Leicester, I think he used to play in a back three. I think he used to play in a back three for Leicester as well.
I don't know why I was arguing here, but I just tweeted some guy, man. Today I just see something like, Maguire's better than De Ligt. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it, bro. Like in the chat, like I just said that, are you on crack, mate? You know what I mean? But there's some mad agendas going on. I think the United fan base, I think they've gone crazy, man. I think we need to check on our United fans, guys, because they're just doing a madness online right now. You know what I mean,
it's
bro?
It's the world of football. It's not just United. You see it more because you're in United content.
Bro.
I'm sure Chelsea fans have the same problem. I'm sure Liverpool, maybe not City fans because there's not many of them, but I'm sure, Arsenal, all of them guys, they probably see these same things in their fan base, but you're just going to see it more because you're United
not
fan.
This level though, man. Not to this level, man.
Trust me, you just don't see it, bro. You just don't see it, but it definitely exists in all fan bases. And don't you think because of this generation, we're all chronically online. So you spend a lot of time online, this generation. So you just see a lot of nonsense.
No, that is true, that is true. I can't lie to you. But for me, listen, with De Ligt, man, I'm still happy with his development at United. I think he's still a steady Eddie. He's still he's someone that still, for me, has had more good games than bad games. And I'm happy with his development. I think Mazraoui has been excellent, you know what I mean, in that regards. I think he might have that position there.
Well, did any of you guys cry when United sold Wan-Bissaka and were signing Mazraoui?
Musa did.
Yeah, Musa's lucky he's not on the stream today.
Musa's lucky not on the show.
Well,
but he's gone over to Dalot now. He's moved Mazraoui, so now he's cooking Dalot. So I said, you can cook Dalot because that's fast.
No. Listen, he still wants to cook Mazraoui. He's been our best player.
He can't. He ain't gonna cook at Ak. Mazraoui's an Ak, man. Musa's not gonna cook him.
Yeah, bro. What's going on, Musa, man? You know what I mean? Relax from Musa, man. But Mazraoui is so good, man. Like for me, that 12 million is the best 12 million have we had a better bargain than Mazraoui in since we've like, I'm trying to look at our signings. I'm like, not really.
In the last 10, 15 years. Stays fit. Wherever you both
15 years.
Need to
Where's
tap
15?
You need to tap the wood.
Bro, we don't do superstition.
No, we don't do that.
Yes, we do. I do it.
We do superstition. No. It's a qillah, bro. We don't do that. We don't. We don't.
Yeah.
You just say inshallah.
Yeah, say inshallah. Say inshallah. But my thing is, I can't lie to you. Mazraoui is he's certified. Certified, I'm being serious. Like, I can't look at the player and I'm like, I just know, and he's even got that kind of, that thing about him where he was backing himself the other night. You know what I mean? When someone bullied him, they got up, man, and he said,
I thought he was a miskin guy. I thought Mazraoui was
no,
he showed that he's not.
Yo, big up to the Moroccans, yo. If you know Moroccans, they can switch. Just like us. They got that. If you push that, we're friendly people. But once he's pulled that little, they can go. He's it was the lap tried to like dash him, and he was like, "Yo, let's have it."
Yeah, but
we can go. But by the way, if you have 50 million to go and get him, I would sign the lap. I'm telling you.
The lap.
He's the real deal.
Again. Another one that United families would say is not good enough.
No. Listen to me. He might not do anything in this, but some of the things that he does, Saeed, I swear to you. I'm going to say it on here now. Mina, somebody needs to clip this.
Last season,
he's the natural replacement for England as a striker.
I think he's going to be England's number 9 in the next couple of years. I hear it.
No, but I think within this season, when he gets picked, he's going to show England.
Evan Ferguson, man. You lot don't remember. Evan Ferguson.
Injuries. No, injuries, Saeed. Injuries. They're both talented, but he had injuries. And by the way, so did Liam Delap. Liam Delap had major injuries.
That's what I'm saying.
He was on loan to who? Hull. And then Hull sent him back to get to get better at back to Man
Liam
City.
Delap. Let me look at his career highlights, right? So even though, like I said,
He's a good player, man.
There's only last season that he missed
6 goals. Hull 31 games, 8 goals. Preston 15 games, 1 goal. Stoke City 22 games, 3 goals.
How many goals he scored at Hull?
Hull was 3 goals, I think it is.
And he had massive injury.
No. Stoke City 3 goals. Leicester City had Hull City had 8 goals in 31 games.
They had to go back. And you know what, Saeed? If you pull out Harry Kane on all the clubs that he was on loan with, it shows you what goals he did scored. How many?
Kane, let me go then.
Harry Kane, before.
Let me just say, he scored 8 goals, in the Championship with Hull. He's already scored 6 in the Premier League.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
He's already scored 6 in the Premier League.
Unbelievable.
It don't show Harry Kane's one for some reason.
Harry Kane was there a bit before Spurs. Look at him. Similar trajectory. I'm not lying to you.
He scored. He scored. You know what? To be fair, you're right. Leighton Orient, he scored 18 in 5. Millwall, he scored 7 in 22.
I'm telling
Norwich,
you.
3 games, 0 goals. Leicester City, 13 games. There's 2 goals.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
Yeah.
But how old is let me check how old is Delap?
He's 21.
20. It's 20 or 21.
He's 21. Yeah. The guy is 21.
Again, you're getting potential though, man. It's still potential, man. We got to be careful.
Man.
It's not potential. I don't think it's potential. I don't think it's a risk. I don't want him, but I'm saying that I hear it.
Saeed, he's ready. I swear to God, he's got better attributes than Gorkes. He's got way better attributes than Gorkes. 100%. Mina, watch him.
What?
I watched him 3 games.
He's got 3 games.
Better 3 games. Mina, I'm telling you. Mina,
log off, man.
He has. Nah, right.
Saying,
We'll see. He has it. He has. He's got. When you look at the attributes, look at the attributes. Look at the attributes, people. Look at the.
Bye-bye, man.
Get him out of it, man. Get him out of it. This guy, what is wrong with him?
I'm done.
How did he say he's better? He's got better attributes. He's still talking.
Yes, he has. In terms of technique and technical ability, and actually runs with the ball. He actually.
You know what? Let him land.
Better on the turn. He's got. He
was Delap up front. He wants who do you want in midfield, by the way? Collier and who else?
I told you the Maxi. He's gone now, but unfortunately, Maxi.
Yeah, Maxi Odielli.
I promise you, my team would smoke this team now. My United team would smoke this team now. I swear to you. Because one thing about
I want Belebo and I want Edison.
My team would be athletes. Trust me, athletes can get about the pitch.
Collier,
yes, yeah. He's got an engine. Collier's more Saeed. Collier's more of an athlete than bloody Casemiro and what's his name? Ericsson put together. What are you waffling about?
You're comparing a 19, 20-year-old.
Yes, but Saeed will tell you something different. Yeah, it's because of the age, but it is what it is. I'm telling you, I've seen enough of Liam Delap. Watched him for 3 games, and I've seen enough to tell me about the level of attributes.
Guys, we don't need more rubbish.
And he has the better attributes, in my opinion.
And you know what, Saeed?
The best thing would be to develop 2 more years at Ipswich. I think that's what we can talk.
Saeed, you know what
I already see it. I already see the sign.
Why do we have to buy?
You know what I clocked? This guy is Jim Ratcliffe in disguise, because Jim Ratcliffe, he wants the best in British class. This guy is Jim Ratcliffe in disguise.
You are Jim Ratcliffe.
He's Jim Ratcliffe in disguise.
Yo, Minna. Jim Ratcliffe. You're part of him because that's what he wants.
Maxi's Polish.
Mate, he's British passport, mate.
Man.
Yeah.
Maxi's Polish.
He's still got a British passport.
Are you Ratcliffe in disguise? Ratcliffe in disguise.
I'm telling you, listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I see a talent, it takes me 3 games
Brexit
to make
FC, man. I'm telling you.
And you know what? No,
Brexit FC. Here we go.
I'm getting.
Oh my days.
Somebody says no Cliff. I am Jim.
No, that's hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
Oh man. But I hear the stuff about the attributes that Delap has that maybe Gyökeres doesn't do. I get that. Because
the attributes that he has, I prefer that in a striker.
If you watched him at Coventry, Yeah, if you watch Gyökeres at Coventry, he was doing that stuff on the ball.
Exactly.
It's just maybe the system at Sporting is different.
I'm telling you, I have seen the clips. The lap, what he does on the ball. At this age, Saeed, he's beating up Premier League centre halves, bullying them. He gave everybody, Van Dijk and these guys, they're shook. I'm telling you. And you know what? It's not like fluke. He's repeating the same things against anybody who comes up against.
I hear it, Nordin. I hear it.
He can carry the ball. Man's like, you know how hard it is to keep control of the ball and to carry the ball 30 yards up the pitch? Saeed, you have to have a level of ball control ability to be able to do that. The way he turned the lid's not an easy guy to turn, you know. The lid is a brick. He spun him and then got on his bike, mate. He has honestly, to me, his core strength is unbelievable at the age of 20. Core strength, unbelievable. And to me, the attributes, you can call it Brexit. I don't care whether they're English, whether they're British, whether they're from Cambodia. I don't care. Bolivia. When I see something in a player, I call it as I see it. I could be wrong.
Yeah, both. We can't show. I'm sorry, man. We need other positions. We need 10s. We need Cunha, man. Cunha. We need to go get Baleba. We need to go get Edison. These are the sort of profiles United should be going to get. These profiles that are strong, they're physical, and they're engines, bro. Baleba is an engine, bro. This guy's running everywhere. Edison's the same. Athletes. The manager talked about athletes, guys. Even
we're not going back to. I don't want United to go back to Atlanta and give them more money.
Facts. You know who I'll take?
Oh my! What is this breaking news?
Mina, you know who I have? Palacios from
Apparently, we're looking at Boniface.
Palacios is good. I'd take Belieber as well, but you know Brighton's going to sell him for.
You not seen that? Boniface, guys. Boniface.
What?
I would take Victor Boniface.
He
scares me a little bit.
You know, wallahi, he's the Lukaku region.
Yes.
Victor Boniface is on my United shortlist if
you know what?
Expensive transfer would only become a serious topic. United actively scout for striker market for new strikers. But he's just trying to put, you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to get these German players to come to United. Like, I feel like this is all part of the plan.
Because you know they're trying to sell a couple of players in the summer.
Saeed, he needs to give it a rest. Saeed, you know what? This is classic linking to Manchester United.
I know. Linking to Man United. I know. Plenty go hype, man. He's stiff baller, man. He's stiff baller, guys. Stiff baller. Stiff. Stay away from him, bro. For me, it's Gyökeres. Gyökeres for me is my number one. And if you don't get him, then I can't lie, bro. I'd rather go and get a false 9 in Cunha and then maybe go around that route and maybe some, you know.
Pedro, I love Pedro's
underrated. Rotate, because you could have Pedro, Cunha, rotate the 10s. So you don't have to have someone. Mamouche, another one like that, yeah.
And you know what? You know what? Pedro can play as the number 10 as well, and he can play out wide as well.
There you go. You know what I mean? No Osimhen, none of these footballers anymore, man. I want to see ballers. Cherky. Why can't we go prize Cherky away from Lyon?
Oh, he's
especially if Lyon end up going down as well. If they
they are going down. They are going down. They're getting relegated.
They're getting relegated if they don't fix their financial position by the end of the season. So if it gets to the end of the season and they haven't fixed their financial, and by the way, they are effed. They are in a big problem financially.
And that's one of the big clubs. Yeah, that's one of the big clubs.
So let's look at Cherky. You know. Let's look at
He's so inconsistent, though, Saeed. He's so inconsistent, bro.
Nah, man. He's 20 years old, bro.
Do you watch the French league?
Yeah, my team, Olympique Marseille. I watch.
Oh, okay, you watch Marseille.
Bro, listen to me. When you talk about a baller, you're gonna fall in love with
technical ability. No, Saeed, I've seen it. The technical ability is unbelievable, but the consistency is just. Boy.
Who's from Lyon? Who can we get from Lyon? Is there?
There's another guy. I think Malik Fofana, I think, plays for them as well.
What?
There's a young player called Malik Fofana, a young winger. He's talented as well.
I'll tell you who I like. You know the winger that I like? Do you know the winger that I like? It's the Norwegian kid. Oh my God. The Norwegian, he plays for Norway.
Oh, we did get this guy. Look at this guy here. Has he scored goals this season?
Oh yeah, no, he just joined them this season, isn't it?
Oh, 2 goals. This is what I'm saying. Euro hype, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He got his move.
2 goals, you know. All of the hype that he had.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? Nothing to show for it, man. But let me go back to the players. So they got Wilfred Zaha, Ryan Cherky. Gift Orban is another one that was there for.
We were linked to him, I swear, like 2 seasons ago, I swear.
Ben Rama, Tagliafico. Matic is there. Yeah, it's the one, Kakare.
Oh, I love this guy.
What's his name?
Kakare. I love this guy. I love this guy. His stats are unbelievable. I was talking about him 2 years ago, Mina. 2 years ago. So the level of the fitness of this guy, he gets about. By the way, guys, Manchester United, you think you're scouting for strikers? We need midfielders for Amorim's system.
I know.
We need guys who are incredibly mobile. We need to scout an incredibly mobile. I don't think it's Edison. I think Palacios. I think Palacios is.
No. Scroll up. There. Top.
This one.
Second line.
Go up. Go
up.
Yeah,
One more.
One more.
Oh, that guy. Now I'm talking about Malik Fofana. That guy there next to Gift Orban. That's what I'm talking about. He's got good potential.
Okay. How old is he?
He's like 19, 20.
Wow, 19.
Yeah, he's like 19, 20. He starts for them as well.
Starts, yeah. But again, where would he fit in our system? Left 10.
It just depends for me. A big part for me is what happens with the United's attackers in the summer. How many get sold?
So we start getting.
What do you not think about Rashford in the 9?
We start getting rid of players, guys, man. I swear down. I said it. You start freeing this budget, man. Get rid of players, man.
You know who I think would listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know who I think would be perfect for one of the number 10s. I think to replace Bruno for me, it's the Dutch kid. The Dutch kid who's playing at Leipzig now.
Xavi Simons.
Yeah.
You talk about inconsistency. He's the definition of that.
Nah.
He's talking about Turkey, about inconsistent. Who is more inconsistent than this guy?
He's getting better, man. His decision making is coming together.
Listen,
I'm telling you. You know what? Big up Alien Tenno. Big up Alien Tenno, man. Put me on.
And he's just got a big injury, by the way. He's got a big injury.
Is he out? Is he out now? Yeah.
I think he's got a big injury. I'm sure he has.
Baller. I like him. The low
Go get Angel Gomez, man. You know what I'm saying? They can play there as well. There's a couple. You know what? Let me ask you a question. For free, yeah? Jonathan David, Minna, would you take him?
Free, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Jonathan David from Lille.
David for free.
From
Lille. Guys in the chat, Jonathan David for free. Yes or no?
I think United need to sign another striker.
No.
Outside of him.
Not for me.
No? Everybody saying no, guys?
For me, if United signed a number 9 and he's like another option,
hell no. I've never rated Jonathan David.
I'd rather bring Chidu. I'd rather bring Chidu.
Chidu, you know. There's a lot of players that are available in the summer for free, you know. Like, it's crazy.
By the way, did you guys clock it? Did you guys clock it that when Gary Neville interviewed that he said, yeah, I swear to God, that he came in and cost everybody. He thinks our youngsters are not up to standard in terms of technical.
What did he say on his podcast?
Yeah, no, he said, no, Gary Neville interviewed with Amorim. Amorim was like, nah, I'm just not.
Oh, yeah, Amorim did say that, you know, he goes to levels and not that great.
Not that great. It's like,
I know, that's crazy. You know?
And we're banging teams in that. On the 18th.
I can't believe he said that, you know. I don't know if he said it to the point where he was trying to rule them out. I think he said it in a case of, like, it needs to be the level of, because he was saying, are you going to control the way they play from the youth level? And he said, I'm not going to do that, but the levels need to improve. But listen, if that's true, then that's true, bro. Why not? You get me? Big up to Killer says City panel. City have a buyback clause for Delap around 20 million. Would you all bring Angel back? Also, Palacios, Single, and Eze goodbyes. Eze not for me. Not for me. I'm gonna lie to you. That was 2 years ago. Eze for me.
You know that AC Milan midfielder? I can't say his name.
Reinders.
I'd get him.
Yeah, he would be amazing. He'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Reinders is my first choice. Reinders or Palacios for me. Palacios is people are sleeping on Palacios for me. He's phenomenal. Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, no, the under 18s are doing their job, man. Under 18s are killing it right now. You get me? Like, by the way, that kid, was he on the bench yesterday? I didn't see him. A 16-year-old kid. Was he on the bench yesterday?
Yeah, I think he was, yeah.
Was he? Yeah.
No, I think he traveled with the team. I don't think he was in the match.
Yeah, he was in the squad. Yeah, he just traveled. I think,
I think he just traveled with the team.
But are we going to see technicians or are we going to see athletes? That's a key question right now.
No, you can get both. You can get both.
Okay.
You can
Edison,
combine
man,
both.
please go get him, man. Shout out to Angolino. If you can go and get Edison, man.
For me, I don't want anybody from Serie A. I don't want
anyone from Atalanta, not even Serie A. Atalanta, why are we giving them more money?
I don't want anybody from Serie A. You have to look so fast in that league for me to come here. You have to be like Speedy Gonzalez in that league. Like, because that to me is the slowest league in Europe, man. I don't trust that league. Everybody's got time on the ball. Reinders, though, looks good. Reinders is typical Liverpool signing. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Listen, El Nouri as well. Honestly, I just want to get
I knew 100%.
El Nouri.
Yeah.
El Nouri, mate. El Nouri.
Yeah, absolutely. But listen, people, we're going to wrap it up here. It's been a good show. 1,000 people here. Still not on a 500 likes, guys. Still not quite there.
Shame on you.
Yeah,
man.
shame. Tell them, man. Shame on them. Shame on them, man. It's crazy.
Disrespect to the oldest podcast in this channel.
Yeah.
Levels.
Come on, guys. Let's get to 500. We're 20 away, guys. So let's get that up to there. Minna, what you got coming up on your channel? Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, just streams, innit? Just regular streams, man. Come over to the channel, guys.
There you go. And make sure you get that Mario up as well in his face.
When we start winning games, I will.
Skin it out. Is it skin it out?
Yeah, skin it out.
Skin it
always
out.
Forever, man.
Get him out.
Disgrace. He's a disgrace.
Get him out. Get him out.
He's an absolute. You see what he said about Chelsea? Oh, we can't open up to Chelsea. I'm like, what?
He just waffles, man. He's Ten Hag in disguise.
Yeah, you're clown.
Yeah.
He's worse than Ten Hag. I swear to God, I think he's worse than Ten Hag. His football is just horrendous. Yeah, listen, people, I'm going to start doing videos. I'm going to start doing video recording. 10 minutes there, 20-minute videos. So make sure you interact with the videos. I'm still shadow banned, but I don't give a damn. Free fucking Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free
always, man.
Free the people, free the land. Zionism.
There you go. Guys, we're going to redirect to Flawless. Flawless is live on his calling show. So go head over there. Hail him up. Flawless, good guy, man. You know what I mean? So make sure you go follow Flawless, and I'll see you lot soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.